guys, Josh with Bane Tech, and it is time for Ask Bane. And for this episode, I want to talk about the OnePlus One. And I know it's a fresh topic, especially because for me, I got it in the mail a few days ago, and I've been able to kind of tinker around with it just a little bit. So I'm going to be able to answer some of the questions that you guys have already asked me about the OnePlus One. So that's what I want to focus on for this video. And just to recap for what Ask Bane is, it's your chance to ask me questions throughout the social media networks, and I'll answer those questions on video like I am today. And you can do those by clicking any of the links down below in the description to get to any of my social profiles. I'm going to go ahead and get right into some of the questions that you guys asked, and then I'm going to add some thoughts at the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and get to those questions that you guys have asked throughout the social media networks, and that's on Google+, Instagram, and also Twitter. Google+ had the most activity, so I'm going to start with my Google+ fans and followers. Daniel, he asked, how extreme is the yellow band that's at the bottom? When I did my initial unboxing, I didn't really see a yellow band, but it might have been because of the lighting that I was in, or I was staring through a camera trying to, look at the screen and whatnot. But when I went to a Google Chrome blank page, you kind of do see a little bit at the bottom. I read up on a post that OnePlus put over in their forums, and it explains the detail a lot. It has to do with the operating system. It's not the phone. I'm going to be rooting anyways. I'm going to be probably installing a custom ROM that's going to mask over this, because in that study, or in that basic post that they replied to everybody complaining about the yellow band, is that when they, right now it's got CM11S on it. It's Cyanogenmod 11S. It's a special version for this phone. But then they did a side-by-side of taking the Find 7 and 7A Color OS and put that ROM onto the OnePlus One, and you didn't see it anymore. So it has to do with the operating system. It's not the phone. And I'll put a link in the description of that post so you can see it for yourself. And that's how I interpreted it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not the phone, it's the software. Now that could probably be fixed in an update later down the road, but it's something that they purposely did, and it's for the benefit of the phone, so I'm not too worried about it. It doesn't look ugly in my opinion, I can barely see it. You almost have to tilt it at a certain angle to even see the yellow tint, so it's not a big deal, and it's only on white blank pages. How many times are you going to stare at a white blank page? I'm not. Lewis asked how the battery life is and how the usage is, and he makes a point about basically it's how you use it, and I agree with that. It's going to be very hard for me at this point to answer that question because I haven't used it as my daily driver yet. I'm still waiting on Cricket to mail me my SIM card, and at that point I can start using it as a daily driver and see my normal uses and my normal functions and habits that I use the phone for. Something that I would like to say is that, I'm using my Note 3 until I get that SIM card, but the thing about it though, the Note 3 has TouchWiz on it, and it's got all the Note features as well, and that's the reason why it needs 3 gigs of RAM. This has 3 gigs of RAM, but does not have any of that stuff on here, so I expect to get really good battery life with this phone. Marshall asked over on Google+, how I like having Cyanogenmod right out of the box. I think it's probably one of the coolest things ever. Now, it's really cool with the Nexus how you get stock Android, but this is like stock Android on steroids. There's so many customization options and whatnot, so maybe it's not like that because Cyanogenmod, I would say, is kind of for more of an advanced user versus just someone that goes into a shop and picks up a phone and just wants it to work. So I don't know. I do really like, for me in my position, I really like having Cyanogenmod as the stock OS. I think that's just really cool. I think it's like one of those kind of it's a dream come true for a diehard Android fan. Over on Twitter, DigiAddict, he asked, I carry an iPhone, is the size too much all at once? Can I get used to it? Now, I put the phone in my wife's hand because she's an iPhone 5S user, and I was like, do you think you could use this as your phone? Could you switch over to it if you wanted to? And she said I could probably get used to it, it's better, but she's got smaller hands. It's still a big phone for one-handed use for her, but for me, this is skinnier, it's thinner than the Note 3, so it's easier for me to use. I want to say the 5.5 inch screen is my happy medium. It's not too big and it's not small. Like the HTC One M8 that I had, I still miss that big screen that I had with my Note 3. The Note 3 at times, I do have to scurry my hand along. I do have to use 2 hands at times. Most of the time I can get along with using this one-handed, but what I found with this is that I can definitely use this one-handed. Now the button placement does help with that, but as far as being able to touch all points on the screen, I'm more than capable of doing that, and it just works fine for me. I like it a lot. So those were some of the questions that you guys asked, so I want to kind of add to it really quick. First of all, I don't have any invites. They have not given out any shareable invites to me, at least. They said that, I think as of today, that they're going to start rolling those out. It's going to be a slow rollout. It's a phase kind of system. For those of you that bash the invite system, I would like for you to go out there, create a phone, put all your money in one basket for one phone, and then be able to sell it just as well as a manufacturer like Samsung. I think people need to get a grip and realize that there's a bigger picture involved. Just swallow that pill. I know I have a phone in my hand, but I literally, like, you could talk to a few of the people I've talked to on a regular basis, including my wife and other friends, that I was like, I don't think I'm going to get an invite. I just don't know how it's going to work. Like, I'm not going to be able to get one from the forums, from someone inside the forums or anything like that. I know like one or two of us were like, if you get an invite, I'll give you an invite kind of thing. But we don't even get invites when we bought the phone. So either way, we both got phones at this point. So the invite system, whether you like it or not, there's a bigger picture involved, so give OnePlus a break. One of the other things that I just want to talk about real quick is, like, obviously, if you know my channel and you've seen the majority of the content that I provide, it's about cases and accessories and whatnot. It has been a nightmare trying to find a good case for this. Cruiser Light is the best, and that's not a knock on them at all. I use Cruiser Light as my daily driver, but there are times where, like, if I'm going to work outside, work in lawn care, landscaping, manual labor kind of jobs, I want some rugged protection. There's not one. Don't judge me for that. That song is for my daughter. Somehow it turned on by itself. Back to what I was saying. There's not one company out there that's providing a rugged case, and that irks me. That irks me more than not being able to get the phone with an invite, because I need protection. Like, I got a thin, clear case being sent to me. Bought it off eBay for cheap just to kind of carry me over until something else comes in. Like, it's like the most protective case there is, like I said, is Cruiser Light, TPU style cases, a flip cover, some snap-ons. That's not enough protection or what I want. If you're a case company and you're listening to this, please make a rugged case for this phone. You will be the only one making it, and you should make some sales just for that fact in itself. So to look forward to more coverage on the OnePlus One, my Cricket SIM card should be here tomorrow. It feels like it's taken forever for them to mail it to me. I ordered it, I think, on Sunday. No, I ordered it on Saturday. The fulfillment didn't happen until Sunday evening, and it didn't get shipped until Monday evening, and it's supposed to be UPS second day error. So just like, this is the slowest shipping ever. That's going to be a huge factor whether or not I keep this phone or stick with Verizon. So this is going to be coverage on, the Cricket wireless part of the OnePlus One and that kind of story and setup. Whenever I get any kind of accessory, a case, a screen protector, tempered glass screen protector, whatever it is, I'll make a video about it and post it for you guys. And I'd say I'm probably going to post one video a week during that 30-day kind of trial period with Cricket Wireless, because I want to give you guys a real user review and my experience with it. Thank you guys so much for submitting those questions to me to answer on video. I hope that my answers did you guys justice. If you have more questions, leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to try to answer those to the best of my ability. Please add me on your social networks. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Yeah.